Alright guys, two birds, one stone. We got two things we're going to test here. The main, well I shouldn't say the main item in the video, but the reason I'm even doing the video, Carl built 600 HD, brand new amp, pending sold to a local customer. Wanted to test it and make sure it's working good before he gets it. Rundown on these, Carl recommends 250 watts peak power or swing going in for maximum output. That's his recommendation. Personally, myself, it was mine. I'd probably be between 200 and 225 watts swing going in, but he does recommend 250 watts going in for the maximum output. You got three hot wires that come off over here, and then you've got one ground wire coming off the back off this lug right here. So customer will have to get their own ground wire to come off the lug there. But that's it. Same concept as like a 4-pill or anything else. You just have a few more hot wires, and then you have the separate ground lug on there for the ground. We're going to hit this thing with a Galaxy 47 HP. This radio is actually for sale. Nice radio. It is used. I do have the box and everything with it. I don't know if I have a mic with it or not, but when I list it on the website, I'll put that information in there. If it comes with a mic, I'll let you know. If it doesn't come with a mic, I will indicate that. So first things first, before we get into testing the amp, I do want to show how much the radio is doing, because the radio is also for sale. So we got the mic gain out. Got the mic gain. We're running about 12 o'clock there. That's actually where I had it preset to run to the amp, so we'll have to reset that here in a second. Let's show you how this radio does. So we've got it all the way down there, RF power. And we got a 500 watt slug in here, so middle scale. Okay, we're not dead keying anything with RF power all the way down. With RF power all the way up, is that about a 25, 30 watt dead key? Yeah, about 25 watts. Hello, audio. Hello. If you get the right voice tone in it, over 50. Hello, audio. But really about 45 to 50, and I'm going to roll it back to where we're going to be testing it at, which was about 7 o'clock. Hello, audio. About 40 watts average, give or take, with how we're going to be driving the 6-pill. Now that's going to underdrive the 6-pill some, that's okay. We're not necessarily looking for max output. We just want to make sure the thing's working before the customer gets it, make sure it's doing good output. This is the Galaxy 47 on peak or PEP power. Hello, audio, 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 audio. 150 watts PEP. 40 to 45 average, 150 PEP. That is what we're going to be driving into our 6-pill. So let me get a 2500 watt slug. You guys go. Because we're going to need it. We're going to do over 1000 PEP. Now, again, remember when we do this test, we're doing 40 watts average. Realistically, this thing can take 70, 80 watts average. I think you've seen me drive it with an Anytone Quad 6 before. They'll do anywhere between 600 and 700 watts average with enough drive. But the Galaxy 47 isn't a big average power radio. Doing 40 watts, kind of a modest number. And only doing 150 watts PEP. So again, to Carl's recommendations, we're underdriving it by 150 watts or 100 watts peak, and probably 30 watts average. So keep that in mind. Okie dokie. Let's make sure we got our dead key lined up. Top scale. Let's come on up to about 200. Oh, audio. Oh, 400 and some change average. You can see it bounce up just like the radio does. If you were watching when I was testing it for average, the radio would bounce up to 50 and then come on back down in the 40s on average. That's about what it's doing there. It wanted to hit 500, but realistically between 400 and 500 average. Current draw, we're actually at 14.9. Oh, audio. Oh, audio. It's kind of all over the place. We'll turn it up a little bit more. Ooh, audio. Ooh. So it's staying in the 50s, high 50s or so. Again, that's because the average power that we're doing isn't that much. PEP, it'll definitely draw more current than that when you hit it with more average power. Hello, audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 1 2 3. Almost 1250 watts PEP. So doing some really good PEP power. Consider what we're putting into it. Audio check 1 2. 150 watts in, almost 1250 out. We'll call that. We'll just call it 1200 just to be safe. Top scale. Hello, audio check 1 2. Audio. Go on that. So 40 watts average in, 400, 450 average out, and then 150 watts PEP in, close to 1250 PEP out. Now you probably look at that and you say, well, why is it not drawing any more current than that? It's doing all that PEP power. It should be drawing more current. It's not drawing more current because it's not doing a lot of average power. Not doing a lot of average power because the radio's not doing a ton of average power. So you hit this thing with 70 or 80 watts average like I was talking about, you're going to see that current come up to over 100 amps. It'll draw 100, 110 amps max output if you're really kicking something into it. Whereas right now it's drawing. Well, we got in the 60s there, so 62. It really just depends on the voice peak that we hit with it. So let's just say 60 amps there, and 62 amps, whatever. It'll draw over 100, no problem. If you're hitting it, like I said, if you got a radio that does a lot of average power, it will do. It'll draw over 100 amps. I would say the way he's probably going to be running it, somewhere between 80 and 90 is what it'll probably draw. But that's it, guys. Carl built 600 HD. Galaxy 47's also for sale. I'll get it listed up on the website later. I may do an individual video on it, but it's in nice shape. Not a bad radio at all. Comes with a box and everything. Like I said, about 40 watts average, maybe 50 if you turn the RF power up some. And then PEP, 150 watts, 155 watts, something like that. Alright guys, questions, comments, let me know. Shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. Rooster in Tennessee. See you, bye.